Thank you to CrowdCow for sponsoring this video. CrowdCow is a marketplace for high-quality meats that creates a meaningful connection between the farmer and the customer. You can know and appreciate exactly where your food comes from. You get high-quality meat and seafood that tastes better and is better for you and your family. How does it work? You go online and you build your own box that's shipped directly to your door. Each cut is vacuum sealed, frozen at the peak of freshness, and sustainably shipped right to you. You can buy meat that is grass-fed, pasture-raised, or wild-caught. You will have access to cuts that aren't available even at well-stocked grocery stores. You can taste the difference and feel better knowing you are supporting farmers that are doing it the right way. All of their meat has no growth hormones or unnecessary antibiotics. Every box is recyclable and compostable. For a limited time, CrowdCow is offering new members $100 of free meat and free shipping. To enjoy your high-quality meat, sign up and order with our link crowdcow.com/redpoppyranch in the description box below.
So as usual, I'm up against it with the weather. I really want to get the roof over the new porch completely finished before the weather changes. This time of year, it changes on a whim. I look at the 7-day forecast on my phone and it looks beautiful. As a matter of fact, next week There's nearly a 60-degree day in the first week of December, and as usual, this is not normal. I really could have used 2 more sheets of plywood to finish the roof, but I could see the weather rolling in, and I had to get it finished. I scabbed together the last 2 pieces, and it shouldn't be an issue, especially once I get the metal roof on, but it would have been nice to have 2 more sheets. Like I originally did on the shop, we are putting a 1x10 rough sawn fascia board on the new porch roof, trying to tie everything together. I contemplated doing the exposed rafter tails on this porch like I did on the house, but I wasn't sure if it would look right. Rhett is just about halfway through his senior year, and he thoroughly loves working with his hands like I do. Most of the time I do my projects and my work when he's at school or at his job, but it's nice to have him here at home when I need him with these big long boards like I do. I firmly believe this is where common sense is developed. Simply using your hands and figuring out how things work goes a long, long way at any age, but especially when you're 17 years old. Above and beyond working in the garden and mowing the front yard, my dad didn't do a whole lot of big projects like this. He was a high school teacher that loved what he did for a living. I do remember in my youth when my parents decided to go through the old house that we all grew up in, and I do remember my dad calling one of his friends and having that friend help him blow in all new insulation in the attic above our home. But that was about it as far as the original family home was concerned. Years would go by and my parents actually had the opportunity to buy my grandparents' family home. This is the home that my dad would be raised in for the most part, and my dad's parents would spend most of their adult life in, as far as Arizona was concerned. As I was growing up, my grandparents would have the old ranch house in southeastern Idaho, that they would escape to in the summer months. But when I was in my early teens, after my grandmother passed away, my grandpa decided it was time to sell the farmland and the ranch house as well. Before the ranch house was sold, my older siblings and I had the opportunity to spend some of those beautiful southeastern Idaho summer days at the ranch house. And I've most definitely talked about this before, but how spending time at that ranch influenced me. I can remember my parents basically telling me and my little brother to come home when the sun went down.
Why you bending down so low?
I'm trying to get down here.
Get on my
in
level.
the frame.
You want me to stand on my tippy toes?
No.
Okay.
This is not wild game.
You just flicked
I know,
juice all
that was
over.
gross. This is the sausage from the 2 pigs that we processed. When I bought the breakfast sausage seasoning for this, I ran down to the local, I don't remember where I got it from, but I basically bought a wild game.
Sportsman's Warehouse.
Yeah, that's right. I basically bought a wild game sausage mix, and the sausage just is not great.
Your favorite?
No,
Flavor.
it's kind of funky, and I don't know if it was because it was maybe stronger than it needs to be. If it's supposed to be used for like a wild pig or something. But anyway, I ordered some chorizo seasoning that's for 25 pounds of meat. This is 2.5 pounds. We got Cedar's high-end scale because we can't find the digital scale. And
we're the dust off of it first.
Yeah, we're going to mix this together, let it sit overnight, try it in the morning for breakfast, and I'm really hoping it changes the flavor. And if it does, we're going to have to slowly use this as we let the meat thaw out. But
Yep. Okay. Lick it. I dare you. Double dog dare you.
should I do like 4 or 5 pieces?
Yeah. Yeah, that does sound right. I told you about that, Ron.
Oh no, that's so terrible. Good job, Callie.
Reed.
Well, I want to try some.
Greasy flavor like that too.
Reed, you want to have a piece of chorizo? So I put some seasoning in.
What is the bear?
So did you like it?
Uh-huh.
Did you taste
really
it?
good.
Yeah. Come taste it.
It's sausage. Oh, it is crumbly. My hands are still wet.
I may have flattened it out too much. All right, so problem solved. So now we've got wonderful tasting breakfast sausage as long as you like chorizo. But whatever the little bit of flavor that was in the sausage before is gone. To me, a chorizo, potato, egg, and cheese burrito is second to none. So that makes me happy to know that we found a better seasoning that we can use in the
It's
sausage.
still really crumbly.
It's real crumbly. I think we went a little bit too lean with it, but it still has a wonderful flavor. So, look how crumbly that is. It just falls apart.
Yeah, you can't pick it up with a fork.
Ooh, that is so good.
My tongue.
I can only hope that our kids have similar feelings about our place here as they grow up and eventually start bringing the grandkids around as well. In the meantime, it would be nice if I could get as many of these projects finished so we can get the place cleaned up before snow flies. I look at my phone like Siri is the god of weather, truthfully knowing that at any minute the weather can change, and it usually does this time of year. But it looks like the weather will hold on, and hopefully I will get all of my projects done before we have real snow on the ground. It seems that every time I have to go down and pick up more tin for one of these projects, the price has gone up. If I compare the price of today's tin versus the tin on the shop that I installed about a year and a half ago, it has nearly doubled in price. But we recognize the importance of having all of the tin match, and we also recognize that regardless of how expensive it is, we should never have to mess with these roofs again. One of the last big projects that my dad took on before he passed away was remodeling my grandparents' home. If I recall correctly, that home belonged to my great-grandmother, then my grandparents, and my dad felt like he had a calling to make the old home as beautiful as he could, and he did this, and then he would pass away a few years later. That home would be over 100 years old, and portions of that old house were made from adobe bricks. Some of the walls in that house were easily 20 inches thick. My dad took great pride knowing it was still in the family when he was alive. On our next upcoming video, if all goes well, the new standby generator should be set in place. All of the gravel will be spread around the back of the shop. Hopefully you and I both had a wonderful holiday weekend. So the good news is we got gravel. The bad news is you guys get to spread it with a shovel and a wheelbarrow.
How about we use our feet? It looks like we're already kind of spreading it.
Well, we're going to go up behind the shop with it. And we're going to put it where the new chicken coop and the goat pen. This is going to be what's in the bottom of the chicken coop.
We're not good. That way it's dirty? We're not doing that.
For sure, bro.
No, we're not.
That is so awesome on your dirt bike. Now dump your shoes out before you go inside.